And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good morning and welcome to Make HOAG Money, the opportunity for you to trade my account. This is me. I'm the senior performance coach here at Top Step. I got 40 years of industry experience, 31 years as an active trader. Been with Top Step since 2011. Looking forward to seeing what you guys got as far as opportunities for me today. This is the CFTC disclaimer. It reminds us that there's a lot of risk in futures trading. These are leveraged products. We do run the risk of losing more than we actually put in the account. Only risk capital should be used to trade with, and to me, risk capital is money I can afford to lose. Top Step will put that risk capital up for you upon succession of the trading combine. Past performance is, of course, never indicative of future results. This is for education only. We are not suggesting that anybody take these trades for themselves. This is an opportunity for us to sit together, talk about markets, and try and make a little bit of money. You guys are coming up with the ideas. The rules for Make HOAG Money are simple. We do expect kindness and respect above everything. There's millions of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to talk today, should they choose to, but we're all going to be involved in the decision-making process. And of course, if you do have a trade idea, the context of that trade would be helpful. We're going to use the chat rooms to discuss the trades, where I'm going to poll both sides on the YouTube and the Zoom side to make the decision about taking the trade or not, or staying in, or what we do. We're going to be focusing on the MES, of course. We're going to trade only good trades. We're not going to trade just to trade, of course. We're not taking losing trades today. Of course, that is a joke. We know that losses are part of trading. We have to accept them, cut them, and move on. And feedback from Make HOAG Money is always appreciated. Here's the platform. Do I have any victims or volunteers for the discussion today? What are we looking at? Well, context. We tested weekly kickoff high yesterday. That was rejected. The S&P looks like we're going to be opening with a gap, perhaps even a gap kind of below a late spike. Market didn't have a lot of time to accept down here yesterday. Overnight, we traded to the M high pretty much, maybe the K high. And we've been kind of moving lower and accepting value overnight lower than yesterday's session. So just kind of thinking, what are we going to do? What are we looking at? A second here. Get things set up for us. All right, Jimmy, welcome. It's good to see everybody. Joe, good to see you. Stanislav, Shaw, good morning. Again, Sam, Tim, Dan, Jimmy, good to see. James, looking forward to having you here as well. James, JT, good to see you. Gnostic, Jason, Barry, Andy, and Sarah Hall, good morning, everyone. So do I have any volunteers to discuss trades today? Or we can just kind of discuss things in the chats if you want. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Dusty. Aaron. Okay, we are coming up to the open here. Does the fact that we're opening out of the range from yesterday give us license maybe to think about taking the opening range trade, I'm going to send a poll out. Opening range trade, do we take it? Opening range trade, do we take it? OR trade? The opening range trade, if you're not familiar with it, is something that we kind of look at sometimes when the market opens out of balance. The opening range trade has worked pretty well for a couple of times recently as yesterday, really. The market opens out of range, out of balance. Perhaps there might be a better trade location or opportunity early in the session. Sam's looking for shorts only here on the opening range trade. So the opening range, some people look at it as 30 seconds, some a minute, some 5 minutes, some even longer than that. I look at it as the first minute of trade. Yeah, when it works, right, Andy? So we'll take the poll here and we'll see what we're thinking about this. We can take a look at the 1 minute chart, if I can find it here. I might need to add it. There it is. And we'll see if we have our opening range trade. I'm going to F-bomb this thing. So let's see if we can have the opening range trade on here. Eight. All right, we'll see what happens here. Morning, Anissa, Teo. Good afternoon to you. All right, we got 78% participation here on the YouTube side. The Zoom side, 67% yes. And on the YouTube side, we're at 61% yes. Good participation. Almost half of you voted on the YouTube side. Thank you very much for the vote. Joseph saying sell the Aussie US dollar, but during Make HOAG Money right now, at least, we're focusing on just this one product here, the E-mini S&Ps. All right, so we'll watch this. Coming into the open here. Well, I would prefer to sell it, as Sam has suggested. All right, so we're not going to get the opening range trade here. 8.1. It's fighting me. So the high 77 quarter, 5 quarter, 5 even. Looking like we may get away with under $5 or 5 points of risk. Three. 4. Well, we've missed the opportunity. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get a pullback here and sell it at 73. Dag nabbit. I see what you're saying, Ben. So because of where we were yesterday, where we would have opened yesterday in range and in value from Friday's session, you would not take the opening range trade? Right. So where's our risk? We're going 78 half for risk. Does that sound good? So what strategy would you consider, Ben? Still, if anybody would like to chat, we can make you a morning, Mr. Hoyt. Mr. Hoyt, you wanna chat today? So you went long 70-50 for different reasons. 70-50, a lot of volume. It's the VPOC so far here. Mr. Hoyt.
Good morning, Top Step traders.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
You scared me. I had my speaker really loud.
Was that? Sorry.
No, it's fine. You scared me. I was listening to some Gordon Lightfoot last thing, so I had the speakers kind of cranked.
Oh, I gotcha.
He passed away yesterday, if you didn't know.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Usually in my house, we have a joke. My wife always gives what we call the death update.
Oh.
She's like, very.
Well, she may not be that much of a Gordon Lightfoot fan.
That's true. I don't know.
So what are you thinking here, pal?
I mean, I see price heading lower until it isn't. What are you thinking?
Well, we were going to try and catch the opening range trade, but the second the first minute ended, the opening range broke to the downside.
Gotcha. I'm
Caesar,
sure there'll be more chances.
oh yeah, Caesar's suggesting he sees a possible long setup around 4160 or above. What are you looking at, Caesar? 68, 67 liquidity. Let's get this pullback. Come on.
$41.60. Okay, interesting. So let's see what happens around 41.60. Yeah, so we, like you said in the prep, we've got the 9 o'clock number. Jolts is the biggie, but after that, it's kind of like
Right.
kind of save your money for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is, I mean, even just the rest of the week, thinking about what we've got coming at us. I mean, FOMC tomorrow, an ADP employment report tomorrow. So, today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, there's employment information.
I see.
We
So tomorrow's the rate hike. We'll finally get that over with.
right.
Coincidentally, we're near the high that we've been there, for a couple of months. So that could be we bounced off once. They hike the rate. If they keep on the hawkish remarks, maybe we tank. They start, being dovish and say, oh, this could be the last one. I don't see them saying that. Why would they say that? They don't know what's going to happen. I don't think they can say that, but we don't know.
Yeah, they'll probably just kind of keep the same verbiage, like we're watching the data.
Right, as the data suggests. So
Right.
that means it's going to be as needed. We're going to continue, stay the course till the wind of change decides to blow.
Very poetic today, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know what's with me today. I'll take it though. So I don't know. We're up here. We're flirting with that level. We got rejected. We broke a higher low finally. Once we cracked 41.85. So now we're making lower highs, lower lows, just from yesterday's high. And then 41.60 is actually interesting to me too, just because that swing down is the same size as the last swing busted on Wednesday, the 26th. So maybe when we get down there, if price starts to dance up a little bit, could be worth a shot for me or not. I don't know.
1, 2, 3. Here's last week's low. 40.78 is weekly kickoff low. All right, so Caesar, he's got a support on his chart down around 41.60, this high here. And he doesn't want us to be short on Make HOAG Money. Poor success rate. That's all right. I mean, we got the
What is your bar chart? Is that a 60-minute or a 30-minute?
This one here?
Yeah,
This is 30.
30. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
Do we want to look shorter time frame?
No, I was just curious. I'm trying to see if you look at it in 30 minutes, you could see on the what is that, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday the 27th from 11 o'clock. We flushed it down. The low from 11 o'clock, that high at, what is it, 41.09, and the low was 40.66. Right, so you measure that move with like a trend line segment, bring it up to the recent high yesterday, and there's your 41.61 half is kind of like where it lands. That's why I'm interested in that area.
Oh, no, Caesar, don't be sorry about that. Let's just buy low and sell high, and it'll be a good day. There you go, Jason. So 41.61.
Yeah, right in that area.
Right. We'll put a seed in there. What's the risk?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I've got nothing to hide behind, so I want to see what price does when it gets there before I just start blasting away.
Okay, so when the opening range is the high of the session, I'm usually going to be looking for shorts.
Yeah, I mean, right now I've got no reason to just take a stab at it. I want to see. It's an area of interest, is all it is right now.
So we see if we set up some sort of structure we can lean on there before we go for the long.
Exactly.
Understood. Caesar agrees with that. Nice. Four times as much down volume flowing into the New York Stock Exchange. Joe is letting us know that. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. How do you know that? What do you look at to find that out?
I think he looks at Thinkorswim.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's got oodles, of course, of information on it.
Yeah. Okay.
JT likes the short idea back up at 74. What was the low of the opening range? Where's that 1 minute chart? There it is. Oh, now it shows us. $41.73. Joe says he's looking at the internals and his son codes his own apps. You know, hire him. We going to get this pullback? Caesar can still look for a short with a time stop. We would maybe look at volume value high here, 71. Or are we starting to feel like we're starting to chase? So Jason, 41.5475 is its quarterly composite point and control. Composite point and control. Feel like this could be magnetic. Yeah, of course, right? The potential with a good area to work for short-term support is that composite point of control. Yeah, at 9 o'clock we got numbers. That could change everything.
Yeah, right. One big flush.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Shaw says wait for the opening range pullback. Low VIX. We might not have such a large range to begin with. Keep the trade cheap. I'm down with that, Shaw. Joe's looking for a sweep to the upside to go short. Thank you, Joe. Remaining tranquil today. How about that weekly kickoff high yesterday, Matt?
yeah, nice strike on that.
Once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn.
Right? And then buries it.
Yeah.
And wonders where it is the next day.
I had a really good day yesterday, which is unusual for a Monday.
Awesome.
We didn't do anything last night during Make Hoag Money. It was just kind of hanging around. Mm-hmm. Although it was my fourth trade that I took personally because we extended the range to the downside and it just didn't do well. So I took a long and I only made a little bit on it. And I just said, you know what am I doing? There's nothing going on here. Let's just take this and go home.
Right?
Well, I'm
Good
kind
decision, huh?
kind of already home, but at least, there was, at least there was that.
Yeah, right? Good.
Yeah, you know what, Jason? I do sometimes enjoy a good range-bound day. Love fading the extremes, keeping them cheap.
Yeah, I mean, if you were in tune with that kickoff level, you could say, okay, it's a weekly area. Up here, how real is this with just the FOMC coming out? This is probably not going to be a big deal. It's probably going to be a kind of, let's fade the extreme versus let's see what happens. And there you go. Boom.
And another reason I liked it, and Anissa will tell you, finally, we have a recent high in regular trading hours. All of our recent highs have come during the overnight session.
Right.
Now we finally got one we can dig our teeth into.
I see.
Because I don't know what it is, but markets don't like to leave recent or all-time highs in the overnight session.
Yeah, right.
And if you look at the all-time high in the S&Ps, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it occurred in the overnight session. Everything's a probability, right?
Yeah, right. Cheaper to manipulate the market when everyone's asleep at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. There's no major players. Here we are. Okay, Joe. Have a great day. Thanks for your input. I always say this at this time, but here we sit, brokenhearted, came to trade and only charted.
So far, though.
Yep,
the day
so
is young.
far. Oh, yeah. Yep. I wonder how we do if we had a full day make HOAG money.
We do well. I think we do well. I mean, you kicked around. You mentioned, hey, maybe we'll do it longer term.
Well, that's coming. Mm-hmm. We're changing the prep and make HOAG money, and gonna have more guests, more professional traders coming in and talking, and I think it's going to be cool. Once a month, a whole day make HOAG money. I would be exhausted after that. JTCX, it's probably going to start, the beginnings of it at some point this month. It seems like it's taking forever to get all the preparation done and all that, but we're working diligently at bringing more good content and ideas and thoughts for everybody. Nastic likes the idea of a full day make HOAG money. It'd be fun. And hopefully it would be really boring. Like we'd buy it on the open and we'd get out on the close at the high. We'd just chit chat all day, listen to music maybe. Vlad says, how about just a half day make HOAG money?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we could just go to 10:30 or 11, there's a lot of action in that morning session.
Uh-huh.
I mean, by 10:30 or 11, you're for sure hitting a nice juicy profit, or you've been stopped out and you're long gone.
GT. Hey, I like kicking it with you too, Greg. I'm just, I thank God every day how lucky I am that I get to do what I do. Is that delta correct? Yes, it is. You got negative 4,500 delta. I mean, it's totally congruent with direction. Sellers are in control. Right. No divergence. Right. Yeah, it's congruent with direction right now. We got 7.5 minutes till the numbers come out. We are sitting with, well, we thought about putting in a potential long lower, but we'll see what it looks like down there. Dollar index approaching a key level. It's right near its highs. It's getting a little squirrely, isn't it? I appreciate that, Jason. Jason says we should do a Make Hoag Money long enough till we make him enough money to spend a nice long week on the beach.
Good decision.
Yeah. I am going to be on a beach beginning of June, going down to Naples, Florida for a few days.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've taken any time away. It always gives me mixed emotions, you know. When you love what you do, I don't even feel like I'm working.
Right? It's fun to be here. I mean, that's why I want to do it all day. It's personal, like selfish reasons. I know we're going to have a good time and make money. How could you not want to do it all day? And even by losing money, we'll probably still have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, some of the, what is it? Some of the, some of the best decisions are created by having some of the worst decisions. Something like that, right?
Right?
Good stories never come from good decisions.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Barry, you missed the live trading floor noise. Actually, you can get that canned. Hang on. There you go.
Come on!
Now you probably can't hear that in the Zoom meeting.
Correct.
There's something that blocks it out, but on YouTube, people are like, "Is that real time?" No, it's just it's just a recording. If you Google trading floor noise, there's oodles of websites that just have recordings of trading floor like ambiance, the noise behind it. Surin,
It was a good tell to have that on the floor when everyone's screaming at once. They wanted something, and then you could kind of tell. Oh, that could be a pivot. There was action there. Lots of it.
Yeah, my dad used to say, well, he was on the grain floor for 40 years. He used to say he could tell the direction by the noise. He said up noise sounded different than down noise.
I believe that.
Sure, and I usually don't trade when I'm traveling. I find the environment that I'm in is distracting and not conducive to good concentration and homework and all of that. Damn it. You got to be quick sometimes to catch the opening range trade.
Well, this number's coming out in about 2 minutes. Let's see what happens, right?
Yep. So, Dusty, Sanibel Island. There was a guy that worked for my dad on the trading floor that he became a big broker in the soybean pit, and he got in a little bit of trouble, and he went away for about 4 years. And when he came back to the exchange, they wouldn't let him become a member again. So he went to Sanibel Island to visit a friend, and never left. Took my dad down to see him about, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago. And he's one of the biggest, well, at least he was one of the biggest realtors on Sanibel Island.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, what's with that number? Are we ready?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you vacate Sanibel's beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't like the beach. Too many shells and rocks. It was like still gorgeous, but if you're like a beach walker, it was a little rough.
Yeah, you can always go. You can always go to Longboat Key or Siesta Key. You got to get that nice white sand beach.
All right, factory orders down a little bit.
Still waiting for jolts.
Jolts down a little bit. Nothing huge.
Yeah, just a little bit lower than they were expecting.
Okay.
9.59 million. They were looking for 9.73. It was 9.93 the last time. Factory orders a little bit lower. What does it all mean, Matt?
I don't know. I don't see anything really happening.
Just went right to half back. Greg, half back.
Well, here we go. A little breakdown. let's see, we've got this area between 60 and 61.5, right? We're looking at, I don't have anything to lean on.
Well, we were going to see if we could set up some sort of structure down there to try and lean on, but
Yeah, right. So that means we're waiting around, which is fine. Talking about beaches.
so would you call the knee-jerk reaction to this data lower?
I mean, there was nothing huge off the release. You know, we kind of hung out. It's what do we have, a 5-point move off of this, which is really non-existent as far as moves go
Yeah.
so far. I mean, like you said, we're not expecting a huge day anyway.
Yeah, usually when I say that, the market likes to make a liar out of me.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what's going to happen until things happen, right? I mean, if we start breaking the low, I mean, what's yesterday's low? 41.35 or something from the open. Oh, that was Friday, sorry.
Yesterday's low?
We're already below it, I suppose.
Well, yeah, yesterday's low is here. 41.82.
Yeah, so then Friday's low is 41.35. That could be a target.
You're looking at extended trading hours?
Yeah, probably. Whatever's on my chart. What was Friday? Friday's low. Yeah, I'm at 41.35 over at 5 a.m.
Right here.
And then it's kind of hung around there till about 7:30. I'm sure there was a 7:30 number on Friday. I don't know what it was.
Trying to think. It's not that easy.
Yes. Well, we got down to 2 even here. Still no sign of any structure.
RT.
I mean, we're really not that high from the opening range, right? I mean, what did we do at 8:30? 73, 10 points away. Still anybody's ball game.
So, Ben, you're looking at that 20 SMA, which puts us down to 41.50. Here we are.
Yeah, I mean, everything's basically eroding to the downside. Very slowly.
Okay. What the hell's wrong with me? I can't type. You know that? It looks like we may have a guest trader joining us for the Thursday session of Make Hogue Money.
Sounds good. Is it a surprise or who is it?
Well, I don't really know much about him, but this is something that like social media and the marketing team found him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know much about him, but we'll find out a little bit about him on Thursday, it looks like.
Alrighty.
Of course we missed the opening range trade. Of course the opening range trade works.
It was too fast.
Joe, yeah, of course we can. We'll get Joe D set up if that's not you, Joe. Oh, okay, Jay. Oh, okay. JJ, I call you sometimes. Yeah, we can certainly arrange that if Joe D will abide, or I can always get Bookmap on my own. I don't know if you guys hear me typing. Sorry about that. I do not think that Trade08 supports Bookmap. I'll double check though. I'm sure that Bookmap would be willing to let us look at it because, I mean, I'm a huge influencer, right? Of course they want you looking at it. So Lavi is Levy. Thinkorswim is free and ES is free on its Bookmap extension. Looks like I may have to download Thinkorswim and learn a whole new platform now. That's all right. Well, I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we waited for structure around 61.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Auction Vista is pretty much the same. It's Jigsaw's Bookmap. Well, we really should, now we know, we should have been more aggressive trying to get into this short. Look at this. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, there's certainly a lot of room to the downside. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, here's the profiles. So we see what we're missing here. Little bit of repair from Friday. Lots of repair from last Thursday, quite possible. There's anomalies, there's teeth, this is just weak structure here.
I mean, we filled in that gap from Friday.
Which gap is that?
I don't know. I mean, if you look at what am I looking at here? Hold on. On a 240-minute chart, maybe that's too big. Let's go to a 60-minute. You look at a 60-minute chart, you've got Friday, 8 a.m., the low of that bar.
Right here.
Yeah, and then the bar, hold on, let's see where I'm at. So Friday, 8 a.m., the bar right before the Friday, 8 a.m., on the 1 hour chart, the high on that bar is 46 even, right? There's kind of a gap. The next bar just flies and the bar after that low is 52. So I could see us filling it in down to like 46 even.
Which takes us down to the low from Friday. Regular
Right.
trading hour low.
Yeah.
40, 43, 44.
Yeah. So maybe we're seeking that out, filling that space, and then who knows what. I mean, because if we crack the 32s, it's a long way down. I mean, we could easily see 08 in the blink of an eye. Or, it could take all day, but who knows.
Mm-hmm. So,
But
Jack.
a weekly pickup level sure is strong. I mean, kaboom.
Yep. Yeah, I should have stayed short forever.
Yeah. It's hard to stay short forever. It's easier to stay long forever when things are looking good.
Yeah.
Because you've got so many things on your side every week. Someone's putting money in their 401k. I mean, all over the globe, right? So there's always inflow.
Yep. Yeah, when there's no bad news, it just kind of grinds higher. Austin, too soon? No, that's all right. It sounds like if you were short, like you had a good trade. Jack, your question. An open drive is what we've got going on here. The market opened. It left the opening range at the high of the session, and sellers have been in control the entire session. So this would be a very typical open drive. It's a one-sided auction to the downside, right from the opening bell. Let's see here. So this gold bar here represents the opening range. It didn't give us time to try and get it, but you can see, delta is negative 11,000. We're on the lows. The delta is indicating aggressive sellers that are pushing price lower.
So negative delta is like hitting the bid, yes?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Every contract that hits the bid is -1 in delta. Every contract that lifts the offer is +1 in delta. So you can say that in the session so far today, 11,152 more contracts have traded on the bid than on the offer. Yesterday in A period, we had negative 1128. In B period, here, I'm going to show you this. This platform lets me go piece by piece to look at delta throughout the day. So A period, you'll see it right here. You see symbol A, symbol M now. D is the delta at the bottom. It's really small and hard to see, and I apologize. But A period had negative delta, but it moved higher. B period had negative delta, but it also moved higher. C period had positive delta because the A and B short sellers capitulated. They said, you know what, this isn't going lower. Let's get out. So C extended the range higher. D period, negative 5,600, but it had put in a higher high and a lower low. E period,
Wow.
positive 1,500. F period, positive 1,800. G period, positive 2,400. So we end up seeing delta congruent with direction by the end of G period when it trades up to 4206 weekly kickoff high. H, negative 2,300. I, positive 1,200. J, negative 2,100. K, negative 660. L, negative 2,097. And M period, negative 2,400. So the initial look on an A and B period, because price was moving higher against delta, was that there were possibly some longer time frame longs in this market. They pushed the price higher because the shorter time frame got too short and pushed it up. Then the short time frame buyers came in, pushed it up to our weekly kickoff high, where they ran out of juice. They had nothing left. Sellers came in, took over, and then we ended up almost putting in a late spike at the end of the day. So we end up with negative 1,100 delta. But value is higher. Range is over. Here's Friday's range. Late spike, opening, spanning the late spike, showing potential acceptance of higher pricing, running out of gas, sellers taking over, and putting in a late spike in the opposite direction from the previous session. So it kind of makes sense. Negative delta on overlapping higher range and outright higher value
It's like sellers in disguise, yeah?
Yeah. And those sellers all came in after we put in that high.
Which was kind of late.
Yes. And
Okay.
we also added, lost 1,500 in open interest. Longs, let the market get up there and then they got out.
I see.
And
now this is, I guess, the follow through.
Yeah. Now we're sucking wind. Yeah, April was 130 point range. You can see it here. I can show you here in just a second if my platform doesn't freak out. Man, we should have been short. Where is that?
Trade, what was the reason to get short? Was that enough?
Opening range. I mean, and the fact that the opening range remains the high of the session says I'm looking for shorts all day, every day. Where is that? come on. Why does it not want to come up? Hang on. There it is. Don't freak out. You guys with me?
Yeah, we're here. I see it.
Okay.
Is that your monthly?
Yeah. I'm trying to expand it, but sometimes this platform gets a little dicey on me sometimes.
You can see how small last month was.
Yeah, that's April right there. From just looking back, I mean, I think the smallest range we've seen since
A long time.
January of 2020, right before the
The COVID kaboom.
yep. Yeah, this thing's freaking out on me. I got to get rid of it. Oh boy. All right, there we go. All right, well, I mean, we had the right idea. We were just too cheap trying to get in. We missed the opening range trade, and we missed this move. Happens. It happens.
I'll be patient. There'll be a way to get in somehow.
Oh, yeah. One way or another, right? Yeah, we'll see. But all right, I've got to run. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching us miss that trade. But we had the right idea. We just didn't execute. Well, I mean, we tried to, but the market got away from us, man. It really tried not to let us in there this morning, didn't it?
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like we did the right thing. Otherwise, you're taking a shot and then waiting for the 9 o'clock number, hoping that's your way as well. If you got short, right? We could have sold at 60 and our stop's at 66. Is that worth it without knowing that information? Well, sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you eat the bar. Sometimes the bar eats you. All right, folks. Well, have a great day. Have a great session. I'll see you for the reflection at the end of the day. We'll see how all this plays out. And we'll catch you later.
Thanks, Hoag.
See you later, guys. Trade well, everyone. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everyone.